Hi, my name's David. I'm from Perth in Western Australia. And I've just decided to start this new YouTube channel just to help people, guide people, maybe get some information myself on the best ways to grow mainly produce, vegetables in Western Australia. You'll find our soil over here is probably some of the worst in the world. It's very heavy sand, not much nutrient, not much biomass inside the soil, so it is a challenge to grow over here. I've been following some guys in Australia on their horticulture and how they best grow, and probably Mark from Self-Sufficient Me is very good, Hucho, but they're both in southeast Queensland, so nothing against them, but because they are great, but our climate is a bit more of a challenge and a bit different to theirs, so hopefully over the next few episodes and growing and going on, we can hopefully teach and learn about growing in this tough climate. In a little bit I'll take you for a walk around my yard and just show you some of the challenges and some of the things I've done to overcome not being able to grow in this climate. Having said that, I have done a lot of work to this garden and get it to where it is, and I've just selective planted a lot of flowers and shrubs and that will grow in this climate. However, we are on scheme water and we use a lot of that, unfortunately. The future holds a bore, hopefully, and we can get that and we can save a bit of water, but at the moment, especially in summer, you just pour water on this ground and it doesn't soak in, it doesn't get used the best it could. So I hope you enjoy my channel. I'll take you for a walk and we'll move on from there. All right, see you in a minute. So lately I've just started with these couple of deep water culture tubs. Just some zucchinis in one, bit of rocket, tomato, just some plants I picked out of the garden. Some mixed stuff in here, strawberries, broccoli, lettuce. I work away 2 weeks at a time at the moment with this COVID-19 pandemic, so I was away for 2 weeks and didn't get topped up with any solution or water, so had a bit of a mass death through here, so starting to bounce back now, and I'm finding hydroponics for this soil type is the best because obviously you don't have to worry about soil. So yeah, we'll go for a bit of a wander, have a look around. Probably one of my biggest wins that I've had over the last, I've been here for 3 years, is this blueberry in the pot. Now blueberries like acidic soil. WA soil is no way acidic, very alkaline, probably up around the 10s from memory, but yeah, the blueberries fruited. Unfortunately last year I gave it a prune and didn't like that, so it's bouncing back again now with a bit of love. Just my garden beds through here, so this was all, I wish I had photos, I might find some later, but this was all just sand bank. Nothing, just yellow sand. So we've managed to, through a lot of water and a lot of work, get these garden beds up and just have some flowers. But again, vegetables, not really successful. You can see like even the leaves on this chili plant. There's one flower on there I think, but the chili plant doesn't look all that healthy. I've seen healthier. I mean, it's big, but not a lot with it. And we'll move around. This is my biggest win so far. I want to teach a lot about this, so again I'll put some basil in a container here, cheap soil, needs a bit more condition, looks a bit, starting to bounce back now. My radishes, hey, if you want to grow anything easy in hydroponics, just plant radish seeds and little net cups, a bit of cocoa peat and perlite, and they'll take off. And this week I built this NFT rail, so very easy again, 2 joins, bit of poly pipe, and yeah, I've had these Kratky pots. It's basically just solution, no bubbles, just hydroponic solution. Grew some pak choi, which took off like 2 weeks from being away, coming back, and it's gone amazing. And I'll put them into the NFT now with some Thai basil, a pea. Transplanted a couple of jalapeno plants out of the garden next to the other chili, and they're all pretty happy now. This basil was eaten to death by obviously a caterpillar, and I've planted it out here and out of the pest. You can just see it starting to grow back. So yeah, I would highly recommend if if you are struggling or you want just a little garden, you don't want to go too much effort, you can't go wrong with just a normal cracky hydroponics setup, you know, tub, water, a few holes, plant into it, and they just take off. Over here, just got just set this up this morning, so just a little bench where my propagation station is. Try tomatoes this winter, see how they go in hydroponics here in WA. Doesn't get too cold. And just some other seedlings in there. I think I've got some celery, some broccoli. I think Mrs. planted some what do you call it? Kale. I hope everyone likes kale. I'll have to learn to, I think. And my zucchinis. Zucchinis again, just Mrs. planted them. I thought, it's a bit late in the year, but have a look. She might have surprised me. A few flower buds just forming down in there, so, you know, see what happens. Run up the back and have a quick look and show you what I'm planting, and we'll see how it goes over this winter. Garlic bulbs in there starting to shoot their little heads up, so we might get a feed of garlic. Sorry about the hole in the step. So up here I've just transplanted all my citrus, having a little bit of an orchard up here. So this poor old grapefruit struggled where it was. Wasn't getting enough water where it was. It probably didn't look after it enough, didn't fertilise it. If you didn't know, citrus are gross feeders and they just love heaps of fertiliser, heaps of water. Yeah, so we'll see how they go, but I'll keep you posted, obviously. We'll just see how I go. The other one is, I don't know how this is going to go in Perth, but I planted a macadamia tree, and that was out the front, and it was, you know, it was struggling. Whether it was very windy, you get a southwest wind here every afternoon in summer. It cools everything off, but dries everything out too. So I've transplanted it up here this week, and already getting some new growth. So, you know, it's winter growth coming out of this tropical plant, so we'll see how we go. Might get nuts off it in a little while. Magpies love it here. Yeah. Just an elderflower. Once we get enough flowers, I'll try and make elderflower cordial or something, see how we go. It's a pretty plant, nice flowers when it does flower. If anyone can tell me what I'm doing wrong with this fig, I thought figs were easy. This thing's had about 4 years, I think, 3 years, nothing. And it's not even growing fast. It's just fed it, watered it, talked to it nicely. Doesn't want to play the game. Got apples here. That's a pink lady. Granny Smith, I'll show you in a minute. They do fruit. They're still young, but they fruit, and hopefully birds and possums won't get them next year. But this is where I've struggled. So I had these two garden beds that are over there near the fence now. They were here. And it's a bit shady, but you know what? It's enough sun in summer and probably enough sun for winter crops as well. But you got to, I think, I'm starting to learn garden beds. Top them up, keep feeding them, and they'll come good. But I also had soil plants here, and I conditioned the soil. I put chook manure. I put clay, soil conditioner, and manures, everything you can think of, and nothing took. I mean, this sand is just horrible, and it doesn't matter what you do on it. Can't seem to have a win. So I've steered away. And thanks to my mate Hucho on Huchos. If you haven't seen it, check him out. He designed a NFT rail system similar to this one I'm doing now. So I'm just going to copy him. So cheers to that Hucho. So we're just going to put 3 rails. I'll put a chop and flip IBC down there, and we'll set that up over the next couple of months. Got to get an IBC, and I'm a bit stingy. I know where to get them for free, so I don't want to pay for them. Over here, my 2 garden beds. I had a little bed for strawberries, and it didn't do any good. So I've just moved it into this. When I move this bed, I'll put the strawberries in them to save them, and it hasn't looked back. They're flowering, they're healthy, they're bigger leaves on them. It's just like a 180. Mulberry tree, that mulberry tree, planted it like 3 years ago and it hasn't stopped. So again, WA, if you want something easy to grow, something you want to eat, just plant a mulberry tree. Potatoes go crazy, they're just everywhere on the ground. In here I've got some broccoli, lettuce, and some rockets. So we're going to compare these. These are the same seedlings as my hydroponics, so we'll see the difference in a couple of weeks. The difference between soil grown and hydroponic grown. And some onions. I don't really want to do onions in the hydroponics. We might do them in a chop and flip in a sort of deep bed with some clay pebbles later. Move around here. So you can see nothing but potatoes, but in the middle there, I'm going to have to clean some of these potatoes up. I've got radish, lettuce, beetroot, and carrots. So I did have luck with carrots. Just nematodes in the ground are pretty ruthless on carrots, but planted marigolds with them. So there's another tip: if you're growing carrots in dirt, plant marigolds. They're a companion crop, and they keep the nematodes away, apparently. Yeah, we'll see. So there's my Granny Smith. She's doing all right. Chooks, you'd have chooks. Tell you what, if you backyard gardening, you want good compost, you want good soil, and obviously free eggs. Get yourself some chooks, 2, 1 even. You know, have a pet chook and feed them and treat them nicely, and they'll reward you with some yummy eggs. You won't get eggs like it in the supermarket. So here's my project for today. I'll pop this at the end. Might even do another separate project on this, but garden bed, and I've just laid heaps of cardboard. I've taken all the tape off, all the shiny bits, and just put it in the bottom of the bed, put a heap of old paper we had, and just dump some really cheap $2.50 a bag soil on top. I'll rake that over flat, and then I'm going to take off to the good old hardware store, the big green shed. It's the best place I find. If anyone knows anywhere better in Perth to buy bags of soil and stuff easy, let me know. But we'll just put the good soil over top, and I'll plant some onions in there today, and we'll see how they go over the next few months. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed my little tour, and I'll keep you updated. But if you like this, please like my episode and subscribe to my channel, and we'll get it growing, and like we will in WA, get everything growing. All right, thanks for your time. Have a great day.